Excuse me, please. Make way there. That way, if you please. Make room for a small one. Oh, hello, folks. Before I park my arse, feast your eyes upon the splendour of the MacLeod tartan. The traditional MacLeod. Hey, folks. Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man. At your service. How are you all? I hope you're doing very well. Two things you might immediately hear, those of you with an ear for these things. A, it's pissing down, and the sun is actually blasting down as well, and it's got one of those weird kind of squally summer shower type things, making for a nice little accompaniment on the remains of the conservatory roof. A nice little pitter-patter. And you'll hear the drips as they come through as well, probably. And in that room over there, we have John Barry's exquisite, very bombastic, very elegiac score for The Black Hole. And you'll see why very shortly. Anyway, folks, cheers you all. Right, I've got some more things to show you. I'm always showing you things, aren't I? Some would say I'm a show-off. And I couldn't rightly argue with them now, could I? But it's my birthday tomorrow. But not only my birthday. No, because you can't have nothing to yourself, can you? It's also Mrs. Kilt-Man's birthday as well. Yes, folks, we were born on the same day. Fated, you could say. Who'd have thought it, eh? So, yeah. So we're off work. We're working from home, I know, but we're actually off work today. We're off work tomorrow. Got a nice long weekend of it. Excuse me there. That was a really shrill downward spiral of whiskey there. That really burns, scorched my throat then. It's actually brought tears to my eyes. My God, that's good stuff. So yeah, we're off. And tomorrow we're going to do our utmost to partay as much as we can. Even given the lockdown at the moment, and we know that pubs are going to start reopening in a few weeks' time, albeit with social distancing and perhaps queuing up and only like 2 or 3 allowed in a mile's radius of the bar at any one time, whatever. There is a pub on the banks of the Mersey called the Egremont Ferry, or the Eggy Ferry, which has a huge outdoor part, so they basically just serve an ale and you go and sit outside on the banks of the Mersey on the prom. So, you know, social distancing is not a problem. So that'll be a nice little treat for us to actually go out and drink with other people. Anyway, today we've been off because we took delivery of something great which you're going to see at some point once we finish sorting it out. We took delivery of an 18th century, well, what is it exactly? It's a fucking huge piece of solid oak furniture with doors and shelves and little glass fucking window things on it. But Mrs. Kilt-Man had seen it and she went, and she saw it before I did, and she went, I've seen something which you're going to love. And I thought, wow, does it wear stockings? Oh, She went, no, it's even older than me, she said. And it's only over the road in this antique shop, which we've never looked at in all the years that we've lived here in this particular mansion of the kilted variety. It's always been closed, and when you walk past it, it's always got like brass door knockers and letter boxes and things. And I thought, well, this guy, whatever he did before he closed down, just kept brass works and stuff, and it was never open. But a friend of Mrs. Kilt-Man said, there, you want to get over to that shop over the road from you, they've got some mega antique furniture, real quirky, weird stuff that's right up Kilt-Man Street. So she told me. So we went over, we had a look, and I found, yes, well, the thing that she'd said, you know, you're going to love this, because this thing, whatever the hell whatever it's termed as, I don't even know what it's termed as, a sideboard, maybe, it's perfect for a bar. So you get behind this, you're going to see videos of me propping this bar up. Oh, it's beautiful, it really is, and it's really old as well, like, and 18th century, as the guy said, solid oak. It hasn't got a date on it, well, not that I've seen, or some, you know, manufacturer's carved his name into it, so I don't know. Antiques Roadshow might one day drag that in, and they go, oh, it's from IKEA, mate, it's from their vintage section, circa 1975. But it is fantastic. And but obviously to get it in, we had to move a lot of stuff out of the way first, and we had this thing already in one side of the room. This is in the front room, the parlour, and it was like, this was another antique, and it's the most hideous piece of shit you've ever seen. Our first house together, we got this off her dad, her mum and dad. So she'd grown up with it in Bootle, you know, and it came to us. It's a sideboard, this kind of teak, but a kind of weird finish on it. But it's you know, this, I don't know, it's a formica, whatever you call it, fucking shite. You know, people go, oh, it's shabby chic. It's shabby shite is what it is. And I fucking loathe this thing. Pretty much all the years that I've known Mrs. Kilt-Man. And so anyway, it's been lurking in that recess, in the, you know, in the lee of the chimney breast. And but it had loads of shit inside it, drawers and cupboards and all sorts. And there's this thing that Mr. Kilt-Man goes on, where it's like a group on Facebook where something you don't want, you don't charge for it. You just say, look, I've got this. Anyone want it? First come, first serve. But you've got to come and collect it. So she put that on, this sideboard thing, this one that we had. And oh my god, the interest in it. Her phone has not stopped buzzing. I mean, it's like my phone. All of a sudden I thought, who's texting you? What's going on there? And it's just millions of people saying, do you know what you've got there? That's really the in thing at the moment. You could put that on. You could probably get about 800 quid for that. So I was like, Mrs. Kilt-Man, and I'm by the throat, take it off this fucking free giveaway site. No, we got to charge for this, motherfucker. So it could have gone this morning for all these eager to take it for nothing. There's been a queue. You know, forget social distancing. It would have been a fucking free-for-all. Give it to me. There'd be like little chips of Formica, and they'd be running off with it. Oh, this is going on eBay. So obviously, we ain't gonna just give it away now. Oh no. Thing is though, I wanted to get shut of it. I think it's fucking hideous. But anyway, what we're getting to is the things that we found inside it. Things which we had, you know, completely forgotten about. Just old tats and records. There was vinyl in there. There was a lot of singles that I had that I didn't even know I had. We've got a big collection of vinyl stuff already, all over the show, like, which we can't play because we haven't got a freaking turntable. But you know, but we're gonna get one. And a lot of it's rare. But the thing about vinyl now, I think, is that it's a work of art. You know, gatefold sleeves and the gorgeous album covers. Just literally put them up, frame them, and put them on the wall. You know, don't worry about playing them. You've got them streamed, downloaded. You've got CDs of it, so it doesn't really matter. You know, remastered, remixed. So you don't really need the old vinyl. Although we do like the sound, that crispy, crusty sound as the needle floating, undulating over the grooves. Yeah, there is an organic sound to vinyl which you can't beat. But anyway, so we found loads of stuff in there, which I'm going to show you. Some of it really fucking weird. But anyway, feast your eyes on some of this stuff. I'll get the shit out the way first. We found this. That's right. Kilt-Man is now on video on YouTube for the world, holding a deluxe box set of Cliff Richard bollocks. Not holding Cliff Richard's bollocks, but you know, look at this, because she liked him. Jesus, I married that. There he is, with a bit of an 80s style mullet going on there. Whoa, what's it called? From a Distance, the event. This box set includes double album, 6 exclusive prints, giant poster, lyrics, plus engraved 7-inch, including a cappella version of Miss You Nights. Only available with this box set. Well, ain't we lucky? I'll tell you what, that's going to go on the free site. Or the bin. So that was in there. That was interesting-ish. But I found loads of cassettes as well. And I just picked at random, well not at random, I picked this assortment out just to show you because there's some weird stuff here, which is great. Wolf talk. I love wolves. And that's one of those ambient things, you know, where you just listen to wolves howling and sort of growling and, you know, making their little noises in the nocturne of the forest and all that beneath the full moon. And it's also got like rainfall, so you're getting an effect of that right now. But yeah, I forgot I had that. By the way, we haven't got a cassette player either, so I can't even play any of these. But you're going to see some really good stuff here. Let's just move on. I won't show that one just yet. Or that one. Audiobooks. Well, okay, there was a few there. But the cassettes. James Herbert. And this is, who's reading this? Kerry Shale is reading the abridged version of James Herbert's 48. As some of you know, when I won my literary award, I beat James Herbert, who entered that competition as well, and I beat him. It is true. For a story I called Going with the Flow. I'll tell you about that one day. I might even read it out to you. That's a very award-winning story. Anyway, we have, this was great as well. I've got the book, because these are always abridged versions, aren't they? What's it called? Who on Earth is Tom Baker? And that's the autobiography of the great Tom Baker, Doctor Who, a Scouser. He tells a story here. Does he read this out? Oh yeah, it's actually read by him as well. But see, it's years, I mean years and years and years since I've heard any of these. And yeah, he reads it out. He tells a story, believe it or not, of him and his schoolboy chums in the playground. And I think monks. It was a monastery. It was run by monks, the school, and they used to at break time form a circle facing inwards, and they would how should I put this? Masturbate, wank, and see who could finish first. I've just thought maybe I should have checked that for stains, because it's bigger on the inside. If you ever did do that, would you go and confess it? Would you write it in a book and then literally speak it out loud? However, I do love Tom Baker, my favourite Doctor Who. And I'm no longer a fan of Doctor Who at all, by the way. The way it's gone now, not just me, but I still cherish my memories of Tom Baker in the horror era of Doctor Who. So there you go, that's good. We have here a BBC Radio presentation of Dracula with a full cast and effects, and that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I mean, these things, I don't know if you can get them on CD. I would presume you can. I haven't looked, you know. But there's one coming up which I do want to get again, without a doubt, because I want to hear it. It's awesome. That is very good. What year would that be? 1998. That was 3 hours 20 minutes of it, and that is a good version, I have to say. So great little things there. There is a couple of Frankenstein things there as well, but they're not dramatisations. I think they're just abridged versions of Mary Shelley's book. Here we go, and there's a bit of behind the scenes to this as well. Reading Bram Tuzerio by Andy McNabb, not his real name. Won't give his real name for two reasons. One, he wouldn't like me to, and two, it's the most boring, mundane name you've ever heard. But that was the reason I joined the Royal Marines, was that. Sadly, and I've met Chris Ryan, I've been to a talk that Andy McNabb gave, and sadly, that book, which everywhere I went in the world, I took a copy of that with me, and it kept me going. I thought, if you can get through that, what you said you went through, I can get through anything myself. And years later, and speaking to other people who know him, and speaking to people who served alongside him, it should come as no surprise, well, maybe not in this day and age, everyone was revealed to be a complete charlatan. Most of that is bullshit. And it is. Many of the claims he makes in this, where he's virtually fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, fucking commando, killing hundreds and hundreds of fucking, you know, Iraqi troops, escaping evasion. Don't you believe even 3/4 of what he says in that? Because it didn't happen. Not that way. Chris Ryan, on the other hand, The one that got away, yeah. Most of. But yeah, that's the reason why I signed up anyway. I mean, I got no regrets about that, but I'm afraid once you know that things did not transpire, did not go down the way that he says, and the way he bigged himself up, and the way he still maintains his anonymity, while so many others just, well, they run TV shows now, and he's the advisor for ballistics and, you know, action sequences to Hollywood, or at least he was. I don't think he still is. Anyway, The Exorcist. Now this is, how many cassettes are in this? This is 4 cassettes. It's still an abridged version of William Peter Blatty's celebrated, acclaimed novel, The Exorcist. But guess who's reading it? Christopher Lee! There he is, the Dark Prince himself, Christopher Lee. Can you imagine his voice saying, Your mother sucks cock in hell. And, you know, with the crucifix scene, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. It does have a warning on it as well. Warning, this cassette contains material of a sexually explicit nature and is not for sale to minors. I mean, I think when this version came out, there was a big miners' strike as well. But yeah, sadly there's no like booklets in there to show you. There's no, you know, little pictures and things, but that's great. Although, to be honest, I have only vague recollections of listening to this. I've read the book a few times and I think the book is fantastic. I think the film is better. One of the few occasions where the film is better than the book. The other most notable one being Jaws, of course, which easily trounces Peter Benchley's novel. I think Peter Benchley got better as a writer as he went on after Jaws. Anyway, there you go. But here's the one, folks. If you can get your hands on this, on a playable version now, and it does exist on YouTube. I did find a version a few years ago on YouTube. There may be a better version now, but that, folks, is a dramatisation featuring some of the cast from the movie. Jenny Agutter, John Woodvine, who plays Dr. Hirsch, Brian Glover, the Tetley T-Man, who plays, you know, the guy in the slaughtered lamb, you know, and chucks out the Mexican. Go lads, God be with you. Beware the moon. Stay off the moors. Stick to the road. Him, brilliant. This is longer. This is the story of what you see in the movie, but it's actually a hell of a lot longer. It's on for like, how long is it on for? 1 hour 50 minutes. So that's a good 20 minutes longer than the movie itself. It's fantastic. It has great sound effects and it tells a bigger story. Well, hear the wind picking up there, because Brian Glover's character from Slaughtered Lamb, the initial werewolf on the moors, kills Griffin Dunn, kills Jack Goodman, and puts the bite on David Norton, who becomes the American werewolf in London. It's his brother. You know, they're the ones who go and kill when David's lying there and he looks at, he's seen his best friend shredded, looks over and he sees the nude body of a man there with his guts blown out, with his guts steaming in the night air on the moors. That character in this full version of the story is actually Brian Glover's brother, who has escaped from a mental asylum across the moors. So they already know, that's why they know he's out there on that full moon night. They know what he's capable of. And at the end, after all the story that you see in the film, and a few more bits as well, there's a few more killings in it as well, which they add to this version. At the end of it, Brian Glover is there at the end as well and witnesses the death of, well, David, knowing that the wolf's bloodline has now been severed. And it's fantastic. So you've got Jenny Agutter as well, Nurse Alex Price, John Woodvine as the awesome Dr. Hirsch. Folks, that, and look at the artwork on that as well. Isn't that gorgeous, that? Great sound effects, great acting, great performances, really evocative, atmospheric, and genuinely scary as well. It's beautiful, but there is It's comedy as well. A lot of it follows exactly what you see in the movie. Let's just break the box, Kilt-Man, and drop the cassette on the floor. Oh, for the ability to edit these videos. What I was going to do was just have a little look and see if we can see. Look, there's a photo of the cast. Brian Glover, Jenny Agutter, John Woodbine. Full cast list there. I was hoping for more illustrations inside, but it's just adverts for further dramatisations on cassette. Because back in those days, cassettes ruled. But yeah, folks, how cool is that? There's one. No, there's two more things to show you actually, while I try to reconstruct this. So as I say, that is on YouTube somewhere, and it's just that playing basically. But I need to re-look again and see if there's a CD release of it or a download version, because that is well worth it, folks, well worth it. Alright, the next thing is rather large, and this was sitting on top of this little shitty, shabby shite looking, sideboard thing. This was sitting on top, but I kind of forgot about it because there was a lot of DVDs of Scooby-Doo. My kids, when they were growing up, I bought them tons and tons of DVDs of like CBeebies and Balamory, and that kind of shit. But loads of like Scooby-Doo's and Disney movies were there. Of course, we've all moved on to Blu-ray and UHD, and of course they just stream shit anyway. So these are just gathering dust. But lurking beneath it was, and I forgot we had this. Look at this. It's a snow globe. Bloody big one. It's Jack Skellington. In Nightmare Town, Halloween Town, sorry. From A Nightmare Before Christmas. Look at this. Look. There's the mayor. Jack! Jack! And his face spins round. Happy 1 minute. Dismayed the next. Look at it. I hope I don't drop this. Fucking hell, imagine that. It'd break my fucking groin. There they are. Oh, the vampires. Yay, they're brilliant. Pumpkin. And there's Sally. Isn't that beautiful? This could go horribly wrong. Let's just see if this still works. Oh, there's a little bit. You taste it. Snow. There's little dog Zero. Got some figures. Got some rare figures of all the characters from the movie actually somewhere. Again, I bought them for the kids, but really, I knew I'd inherit them. But look at that. And there's his fantastic house. A cult movie without a doubt. One of those films that Tim Burton excelled in combining, horror, dark, gothic stuff with pop culture, and he really tapped into, the outsider status of the loners in school who were into rock music and horror movies and didn't have any friends. He tapped into all that with his movies, especially the earlier movies certainly, and that's one of his best, without a doubt. And that is gorgeous. I have no idea, folks, where that came from. No idea. But I'm glad we've got it. I think you'd agree, that's beautiful. I'm just going to lift it up again because I'm not sure if it's got like a maker's name on it, or maybe it's a licensed thing. I don't know. Well, I should have guessed, shouldn't I? It's Necker! Made in China. Nah, it's before the outbreak. Should be alright, shouldn't I? But that is brilliant, isn't it? Look at that guy there. The little fat kid. I mean, you want Oogie Boogie as well, don't you? But that is beautiful, that. And the other thing was this. This predates everything you've seen here, but ties in with what I'm playing in the other room. Remember at the start of this I said, oh, that's John Barry's score to The Black Hole. Remember The Black Hole? Yeah, some of you do. Great film. One of Disney's darkest moments. The Black Hole, Dragon Slayer, Something Wicked This Way Comes. They were the darkest that Disney ever went, and they're fantastic movies. This is a pure Mary Celeste, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, set in space. Great stuff. Anyway, folks, what I found that links to that is, of all things, a yo-yo. Not just any old yo-yo. It's an old Bob yo-yo. Look at that, old Bob. He's the beat up, battered old, robot, floating robot, alongside Vincent, voiced by Roddy McDowall. And he's the Texan drawling old Bob, voiced by Slim Pickens, the awesome Slim Pickens. Great stuff. Slim Pickens, who did actually feature in a few genre movies beyond, obviously, westerns and that. Obviously, The Black Hole, The Howling. He plays the sheriff in Werewolf County in The Howling, and he's awesome. And of course, Doctor Strangelove. And 1941, the disastrous movie that Spielberg put out after, was it Close Encounters? The big, throw the kitchen sink at the screen as well. It was a World War II, Pearl Harbor, Dracula, Close Encounters, Jaws spoof, and it died a massive, horrible death at the box office. But he's in that, captured by the, is he captured by the Germans or the Japanese on a submarine? And he swallowed something, a microtape, I don't know, a map, whatever. And he says something like, you won't get any shit out of me, I've been constipated all week, something like that. But yeah, the black hole in space. I know you guys are thinking like, well, is Kilt-Man going to actually wrap that round his finger and do some yo-yoing? Look how old that string is, look at that. It looks like fossilized, giant's jism. The Museum of Natural History, check it out, it's there, it's just like that. I don't know if I can actually do this, and the angle that this is at won't work too well. Let's just see. Straight away it's fucked it up. Piece of crap anyway. I never wanted it. That's why I threw it in that fucking piece of shit sideboard. But yeah, folks, right, now, yeah, this is one of those sort of little videos where Kilt-Man just has nothing major to review. I do. Something else arrived today, and it's that away. But you're going to see that in the video probably tomorrow or at the weekend. But you're going to see it very soon. You're going to like it. And there's also another mystery item arriving, which I'm really excited about. I don't know what it is, and I know that Steve 007 Smith, I know you dropped a couple of clues, mate. I know you did. And I don't want to say what I think it could be. But what I'm going to do, and this could really be the most stupid thing ever, I'm going to write down what it is, what I think it is, and put it in an envelope. And when it turns up, and it could turn up any time, and it's come from America, and it took a long time. It got held up at customs, and anyway, we know it's on the way, and it could arrive any time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write in an envelope and put it in this, seal it down, and when it comes, I'm going to open this, and if I'm correct, I'm going to go, hey! And if I'm not correct, I'm not going to mention that fucking envelope ever again. But anyway, so there's things, to show you and to promote and plug, and a great slew of reviews coming as well. A review slew coming for you. Anyway, folks, it's a cold and a wet out here. Right, you guys, take it easy. Keep it kilted, keep it Celtic. Please be safe. Please be happy. Please join me later for some kilted birthday antics. Who knows? And some unboxings. Plenty coming your way. You guys, as always, it's been a pleasure and an honour. And I'm going to see you all later. Dig around in your house. You've got no idea of the treasures you might uncover. Who knows?